Do we have anything we need from these guys? It seems like we've got everything.
You may as well wait.
Please wait. I need to do something first.
I guess that's like how we progress, but I think we've found everything. Oh, we can talk to Mr. Phillips.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened...
Yeah, you can see how that's kind of like a George Clooney haircut from the ER days, right?
Inside my desk. But when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared.
I know what you're saying. I definitely see it.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
It seems a little irresponsible that the steam room has a lock.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips.
I mean, like, if you stay in a steam room for too long, you can die, like...
dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone.
Yeah, why
in
would a
Manchester.
steam room even need a
Mr.
lock?
Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20.
Sometimes Sherlock wants me to team up with the double suspicious Claire.
Or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20
Watson's
minutes.
bad cop.
And I
He
closed the
threatens
baths
everyone
my
on
way
your
out.
behalf so you can act all
Did you
aloof.
receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to.
Now,
I
Mr.
just told
Holmes
her
is
to pawn
very
my old
famous
school
indeed.
uniform
I should
so
be
that she
very
could pay for
surprised if
medication.
Scotland Yard should spend
Did you
even a
check to
moment
see if the
investigating
key
any
was still in
claims
your
that he
desk
ran your
when you
head over
returned?
with his carriage.
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Well, the game has it as a piece of evidence, so yeah. I think we have pretty thoroughly examined this whole space at this point. So we found that key. Maybe that's the steam room key.
Well, we're going to find out.
Also, there's only 3 pairs of clothes here.
Yes, here the other man
And
arrived buck-ass naked.
Well, like, there were 4 people in the steam room.
I don't want to stay.
Yeah, no.
have to
It's just the 3 suspects and the victim who just, like, sauntered down Main Street with only a cane and monocle.
We're not able to investigate Frigidarium, are we? Oh, we are.
Frigidarium. This area serves as Sir
Frigidarium.
Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop.
This guy's an archaeologist, right? Photo negatives.
Glass plate negatives. A remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
I don't know if I remembered if I thought to check this stuff this early in the investigation.
A glass plate negative is missing.
At what point do you think Watson starts wondering privately if Sherlock is just really deep into the
It is a
weeds on
glass
something
plate
totally
negative
irrelevant?
Of an Egyptian statue.
Like, as Sherlock Holmes has discovered that the back door opens, and that so does the door of the adjacent Burger King, and begins, like, rifling through all of the receipts at the cash register.
They're just like,
Are there any menu items you've recently added? Well, the spicy southwestern burger. I'll have one. And so will
Burger King
Watson.
have a spicy southwestern burger?
I have the slightest goddamn clue.
That
The
sounds like
I have
too cool for Burger King, quite frankly.
I have literally had one hamburger from Burger King in my entire 27 years on the planet, and I did not
I actually
like
think
it.
the Whopper's pretty good.
So
it's,
the
it's a very different kind of burger from like McDonald's stuff or Jack.
The current specialty burger at Burger King is the Angry Whopper, which has a bunch of spicy stuff on it. So Rutsgarn gets half credit.
Wait, are
it's
those
not
fried onion
Southwest.
straws?
That is what they look like. Yes.
Okay,
Or
fried
maybe
onion
onion petals?
straws, bacon, and it's spicy. It's Southwestern.
All right, Watson, we're going to need to stop by Burger King on our way back to Baker Street. Let me read this actually here.
I'm still looking at the Burger King menu, and I just totally interpreted that as you wanted to read the menu too. I know you're actually reading the game, but I am on a different plane of existence right now.
Hang on, let me pull up the Steam in-game browser and go to bk.com.
Let's assemble our fantasy Burger King order.
Look, I just want a
Such a
sourdough
thing.
king. That's all I get.
So which of us is going to break down and either assign a Confederate or order DoorDash to bring some actual Burger King dishes to be consumed live on stream?
I'll just get it for lunch tomorrow and eat it in my car, because that's the kind of sad person I am. I'm 34 years old and I order Burger King and eat it inside my car for lunch. The glamorous lifestyle that I lead. So have we discovered anything of use to the actual investigation?
I don't even know where there is a
The
Burger
archaeologist
King
wanted to schedule an event about English archaeology.
So there used to
And
be
he
a Burger King
mentioned
in this
calling
area,
upon...
and then one day the entire building just vanished overnight, and it turned out it was because sanitation inspectors discovered there was like an entire society of cockroaches living just underneath the restaurant and frequently emerging on expeditions.
I can't let the cockroaches get too powerful.
Gotta keep the cockroaches down.
Sometimes it's just better not knowing.
Sometimes.
Who are the characters here? We got Station Master of Doncaster. Yeah, let's go see how he's doing. Okay, we don't actually have the character profiles on any of these people. All right. Miraculous reopening for the Strand Lane Roman baths.
Yep, we've now reached the phase of the investigation where we are in a completely different room than the crime took place, examining newspapers that happen to be on the desk of someone who, as far as we know, has no connection to the case. Actually, wait a minute.
Well, he
Isn't
was
he
in
the dead guy?
Steam. I think
No,
he's
he
the
was-
guy who had the blood on his thing.
He was one of the guys standing there.
Yeah. This is Bentcliffe.
I like that you say that like we should know exactly which of the guys it is. It's Ben
Who were we
Cliff.
talking about that had the cool name? Oh, that was odd. Huh. That looks like a... No, that's definitely not a shield.
It could be a
shape has
bad
been cut in
shield.
the plate. What should be done with it?
The shield that we let arrows fly through. Probably is not capable of taking too much
Archaeological
punishment
findings.
given the
Old clay
elaborate...
pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
What would you call that? When you put holes in something to create a pattern.
Punctrify.
Tools used by archaeologists.
That's
for
probably not correct.
Blinkhorn was the guy with the dumb name.
I will need these tongs.
Oh, man. I will need... Oh, hey, we got these tongs. Now we can not have to sacrifice Watson's hand to Vulcan.
Suddenly we're in a Bioshock level.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Sherlock waving at the...
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And
It's interesting to
treacherous
me
is
that
an
they're actually
understatement.
using an actual Roman bath for its intended purpose.
Is this something that happens in Europe? Because we don't have those here, because they never
Does
built
not
them.
matter.
Some
If
do.
our
There are definitely
investigation
some
requires
like
it,
ancient
we
baths
shall
that are
ask
still
for
in
them to be
use throughout
removed.
Europe, and like there's a bunch in like Turkey. I don't know about in London specifically. London was a Roman town.
We don't
I
have
believe
leads
that,
here.
well, they do exist, but also I believe that specifically the narrative here is that the reason the Roman baths are open is because it is a way of funding the renovations.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Anyway, so Rodney Bencliffe is in fact the dead guy. So I guess it was not
Okay,
completely
alright.
absurd that we were rifling
This
his
is
office.
Blinkhorn. This guy does
Yeah.
not... Oh, he's got...
They're still
he's got a
standing
Caesar
there.
cut. His top of his head is bald. So, okay, Mr. Garrow. Alright.
Now you wait here. I might
let's-
have to come back and ask you some more questions. But I'm still wearing just this towel.
Oh my god,
Well,
it's a crane
see, that's
game.
part of the
And
evidence.
there's something very strange going on with the heating effect, where it's like moving parts of the frame.
I should analyze this melted metal.
Cool. All right, I think we're
What about
good
those
now.
glasses? Could you click on his glasses where those are?
I already did.
Oh,
Everyone stay here while I go to my office. Stand here with the sweat dripping off your balls while I go back to my office and take a look at this metal. It appears to be some kind of metal. It's shiny, gray.
I think we can tell Lestrade that they can go to Scotland Yard now. Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there.
Does that sound good to you,
Any
Rats?
objections?
Think they're good to go?
he's rocking that popped collar.
That's weird. He's got a tie around it.
Yeah, it's fine.
None, Lestrade.
I mean, it's fine. It makes him look a little douchey, I guess.
No, I mean setting them to Scotland Yard is fine.
Okay. We got a lot of stuff to
Lestrade,
analyze
I
this
am
time
not
around.
police. However, I am fashion police.
Oh, we're going back to the doggy. Yeah.
What do we got on our deduction panel? I imagine these do not connect.
We have to go do science. Then we'll know.
But can we pet the dog
Sherlock
in this
is reading
game
a
is
book
the real
about texture
question.
pop-in.
I think you can, because that's what Rutskarn was trying to get us to do.
Toby.
On
Is that the dog's
sofa
name?
For the third time today. Well,
Yes.
don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Oh, we can't pet him.
Wow.
Oh.
Was there something we needed to check with the archives first? Yeah, here we go. Sir
do we-
Bentcliffe.
Never mind, continue.
Dudley and Stevens
That
Cannibals.
is not the one I need.
That's exactly the one you need, Sherlock. What are you even talking about?
That is not the one I need.
He was... We mentioned 1893. I'll bet that's what it is. Let's see here.
That is not. That is not the one I need.
Yeah, here we go. Bentcliffe's mummy. Can we turn him into a mummy now? I mean, he's dead.
What's an enucleated eye?
Interesting. I believe the eye was removed.
Yes, the removal of the eye that leaves the eye muscles and remaining orbital contents intact is what I know about that phrase from looking it up in my brain.
Interesting that this pose the mummy was buried in seems to mirror the pose that Cliff was in when he died, including a missing eye. Mummy is believed to be Roman rather than Egyptian. Oh, Mithric Mysteries, okay.
Here it is.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not
Does
worthy.
does the phrase Mithraic Mysteries actually mean anything to you?
So there was a cult of Mithras that was a mystery cult, which is in the Greek vernacular at the time meant it had initiation rites. You couldn't just like go and worship this god. You had to like do something to join the cult rather than just having some kind of temple somewhere that you could just send a sacrifice. Mithras is believed to be an old Iranian god, I think, that was sort of exported into the Greco-Roman religious circle when, in the aftermath of Alexander the Great and the Hellenization of the Near East.
Well, alright then.
Mystery cults were pretty popular in the 1st century BC, 1st century AD period. Like Christianity was viewed by some as a mystery cult. So we've already read all that. Okay.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Oh, is that lady still there? Yes, she is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
The day she isn't there is the day you have to call Sherlock Holmes to investigate her murder.
No, she turns out to be the final villain.
And Sherlock just like looks at the telescope and she's not there. And he's like, "That's weird." And suddenly he just hears like thump, 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 thump.
Pyrite, otherwise known
Door
as
crashes
fool's
open.
gold. Selenite. White clay particles.
Where did we get this dirt
Interesting.
from?
According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find.
Oh,
which
that was from
area
under
near
his
London
fingernails.
this sample
Okay.
I
belongs to.
deduced that from all the white clay it had in it.
The sample of dirt belongs to the White London.
I believe it comes from the white
located
clay
in the
region of
city
London.
I like how he just has this on hand.
Like, this is not exactly a Sherlock level deduction, I'm afraid.
Let us analyze this blood
Ah,
sample.
but yes, you think it seems so simple. Now that I've explained to you that I deduced
This
the white
blood
clay
has
was
not
white clay
coagulated
because of
well.
the clay that was
Seems
white
very
and it's from the
liquid,
white clay
but
region.
strange.
But would you have thought
Let
to
us see
look?
what is inside it.
Would you thought to have
Hydrogen
thunk that
peroxide
if
would
I
bring
had
any foreign matter to the
investigation?
I
Watson,
must
you
take a
shit.
pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide. I must take a pipette and place several drops.
Oh, okay. Pipette.
Sounds like the name of a character from
Whoa.
Les Miserables.
Man, Sherlock Holmes would have found Jean Valjean in like
Water.
5 minutes.
This
That's
blood
all I'm
is
saying.
heavily diluted with water.
Jean would have been back to hauling ships into the harbor before lunchtime.
This is a piece of metal taken.
Yeah,
from
but then we
brazier.
wouldn't have
It appears to be silver.
a very long book
I need
about
to be
him.
sure. If it is silver, it will be
he told the
possible to
truth.
melt it,
I gave him
since
these silver
silver's melting
candlesticks.
point is at around
no, you
900
didn't.
degrees
I can tell.
Celsius. Let us
Prison.
compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver.
Pet. Acid. That's cool. We're doing like some chemistry stuff now. Like, that's neat. Before, the last time we did chemistry, it was a really weird minigame that I completely misunderstood.
This is in theory actual chemistry. I mean, I
The reaction
I
is
really
the
don't
same
know.
red
I
stone.
just sort of assumed that they
It
looked
is
this
silver.
up, but
Britannia silver quality.
Hmm.
My analysis table.
So what have we got here?
I don't know, but we gotta send Watson out for some Burger King.
Watson, I told you to get some. What are you doing? Holmes, I'm
Watson.
busy.
Watson, do you know how occasionally,
I'm
for the
always
purposes
wondering what's on
of
your mind,
solving a
Holmes.
case, I need to create some sort of self-flagellating gesture?
Sherlock
You want
and
me to get you
Holmes
some
go to
Burger
White
King,
Castle.
Sherlock?
Let's see. We need to go talk to the suspects and look at the victims. We've turned into Watson now.
It is interesting to me, though, that they didn't replace or repeat any minigames so far. Like, on one hand, that's really cool, but on the other hand, it makes it kind of weird, because every time it's like...
Well, we've done lockpicking 3 times now, so...
That's like the one game that stays the same. But, like, the chemistry was completely different.
Yeah.
There was a arm wrestling mini.
I feel like it's like the mini games that are in the same like the actions that are in the same domain of like a particular thing get similar mini games. Like the chemistry was all like, let's put some stuff on this and test it, or examine it with the magnifying glass.
Right, but it's not really establishing a language.
An embroidered silk
Right, and that's what I find interesting about it.
a fountain pen with solid gold trim. Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card. When
Wait, he's
Gallo
a
found
visitor,
Sir
but he's the
Rodney
manager?
dead, he wiped the blood upon
Well, he
himself.
was in the baths hanging out with the other people.
A file with herbs.
Wait, it might have just
Do you
been a
know what
visitor
it is,
card
my
from
dear
like
fellow?
It's the
like
St.
that he would
John's
give to
wort
places he would visit.
It's commonly used as a
Yeah,
drug against
like a
melancholia.
business card.
However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
Melancholia, what's that?
Depression, sadness, the
Oh, right.
Gus Van Sant movie.
Melancholia was Lars von Trier.
Okay, I fucked up. I'm tired.
Oh, damn! Alex just called Chris out.
They have 3 names. I can't keep track of every director.
Yeah, that's fair. Although Gus Van Sant would be making a very different movie.
I don't
I
think
have
I'd
to
want to
admit,
watch Gus Van Sant's Melancholia.
Oh no.
I know that they're all masterpieces and stuff, and that they represent the apex of filmmaking in some senses, but I just don't think I have the stomach for Eddie Van Halen movies.
Did you say Eddie Van Halen? That's amazing. You know, just go
An
see
ordinary
one in
pencil.
concert, go see one of those videos, and you're gonna change your mind.
You haven't seen Antichrist until you've seen it live.